Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. All happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. If you want to be happy, be. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. There is no greatness where there is not simplicity, goodness, and truth. War is so unjust and ugly that all who wage it must try to stifle the voice of conscience within themselves. The only absolute knowledge attainable by man is that life is meaningless. True life is lived when tiny changes occur. Respect was invented to cover the empty place where love should be. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. One of the first conditions of happiness is that the link between man and nature shall not be broken. A man can live and be healthy without killing animals for food. Therefore, if he eats meat, he participates in taking animal life merely for the sake of his appetite. Happiness does not depend on outward things, but on the way we see them. Free thinkers are those who are willing to use their minds without prejudice and without fearing to understand things that clash with their own customs, privileges, or beliefs. We lost because we told ourselves we lost. Music is the shorthand of emotion. Everything that I understand only because I love. The only real security that a man can have in this world is a reserve of knowledge, experience, and ability. Spring is the time of plans and projects. In the name of God, stop a moment, cease your work, look around you. A man is like a fraction whose numerator is what he is and whose denominator is what he thinks of himself. The larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share in it. If you look for perfection, you'll never be content. Boredom, the desire for desires, and all people live not by reason of any care they have for themselves, but by the love for them that is in other people. Just as one candle lights another and can light thousands of other candles, so one heart illuminates another heart and can illuminate thousands of other hearts. Anything is better than lies and deceit. To say I love you, one must first be able to say the I. Governments need armies to protect them from their enslaved and oppressed subjects. Joy can be real only if people look upon their life as a service and have a definite object in life outside themselves and their personal happiness. Man cannot possess anything as long as he fears death, but to him who does not fear it, everything belongs. Only people who are capable of loving strongly can also suffer great sorrow but this same necessity of loving serves to counteract their grief and heals them. To tell the truth is very difficult, and young people are rarely capable of it. Let us forgive each other, only then will we live in peace. Power is given only to those who dare to lower themselves and pick it up. Only one thing matters, one thing to be able to dare. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. Every lie is a poison. There are no harmless lies. Only the truth is safe. Only the truth gives me consolation. It is the one unbreakable diamond. It is not the place, nor the condition, but the mind alone that can make anyone happy or miserable. Life is too long to say anything definitely, always say perhaps. History would be a wonderful thing if it were only true. The more we live by our intellect, the less we understand the meaning of life. There is only one time that is important, now. It is the most important time because it is the only time when we have any power. The changes in our life must come from the impossibility to live otherwise than according to the demands of our conscience. Kindness is for your soul as health is for your body. You do not notice it when you have it. Without knowing what I am and why I am here, life is impossible. To educate the peasantry, 3 things are needed: schools, schools, and schools. The vocation of every man and woman is to serve other people. You can love a person dear to you with a human love, but an enemy can only be loved with divine love. Real art, like the wife of an affectionate husband, needs no ornaments, but counterfeit art, like a prostitute, must always be decked out. To avoid criticism, do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. Money is a new form of slavery, and distinguishable from the old simply by the fact that it is impersonal, that there is no human relation between master and slave. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. When you love someone, you love the person as they are, and not as you'd like them to be. Every person's task is to become an increasingly better person. The only reason for time, so that everything doesn't happen at once. Art is not a handicraft. It is the transmission of feeling the artist has experienced. Nothing can make our life, or the lives of other people, more beautiful than perpetual kindness. The more we live, more brief appear our life's succeeding stages. A day to childhood seems a year, and years like passing ages. We are asleep until we fall in love. The happiness of men consists in life, and life is in labor. A battle is won by him who is firmly resolved to win it. The chief difference between words and deeds is that words are always intended for men for their approbation, but deeds can be done only for God. All that I know, I only know because I love. What a strange illusion it is to suppose that beauty is goodness. What counts in making a happy marriage is not so much how compatible you are, but how you deal with incompatibility. We can know only that we know nothing, and that is the highest degree of human wisdom. If you make it a habit not to blame others, you will feel the growth of the ability to love in your soul, and you will see the beauty of people. Our body is a machine for living. An arrogant person considers himself perfect. This is the chief harm of arrogance. It interferes with a person's main task in life, becoming a better person. Man lives consciously for himself, but serves as an unconscious instrument for the achievement of historical, universally human goals. Without firmness, commanders of armies will not be obeyed, and without obedience, armies will not achieve victory. There are no conditions to which a person cannot grow accustomed, especially if he sees that everyone around him lives in the same way. It is not given to man to know what is right and what is wrong. Men always did and always will, and in nothing more than in what they consider right and wrong. Life did not stop, and one had to live. He never chooses an opinion, he just wears whatever happens to be in style. All men die, few men ever really live. One can live magnificently in this world if one knows how to work and how to love. The only thing that we know is that we know nothing, and that is the highest flight of human wisdom. Rummaging in our souls, we often dig up something that ought to have lain there unnoticed. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Man is flowing. In him there is a certain depth where reality grounds. Look too superficially, and you may miss the underlying essence. Happiness is an allegory, and happiness a story. Each person's task in life is to become an increasingly better person. The simplest things are often the truest. The greatest men are those who give themselves to others, those who transform their unfulfilled desires into wishes for others to flourish.